I've just got my hands on the new Lomography half-frame, simple-use reloadable film camera. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to tell you all about it and share the results from my very first roll. Hey, it's Matt Loves Cameras. I review fun film and digital cameras, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the new half-frame version of Lomography's simple-use reloadable line. Now this line debuted in 2017 with a couple of full-frame cameras, and now in 2026 we get the half-frame versions, which is super cool. Now each of these cameras is already pre-loaded with 40 half-frame photos. So essentially there's a roll of 20 full frames of film in there, but because it's a half-frame camera, you get 40 photos on your very first roll. Now there's two different versions of the camera. The color one is loaded with Classicolor 200, which is Lomography's newish color negative film, and the black and white version is loaded up with Lady Grey black and white film. So the cameras also come with a AAA battery installed because there is a flash, and you only need that battery to power the flash. So you've got everything on board ready to shoot as soon as you open it up. You've got your film in the camera and you've got a battery there to power the flash. So yeah, it's all ready to go as soon as you buy it. Now the color version as well, with that flash, it has three little gels there which are attached to the camera, and you can sort of move these in position over the flash to get different colored flash effects. Now the color version of this camera comes in at $44.90 Australian, $34.90 US dollars, or 29.90 euros. And the black and white version is a little bit cheaper. It comes in at $37.90 Australian, 29.90 US dollars, and 24.90 euros. Now, as you'd expect at this price point, the camera is pretty simple. It has a single aperture of f9 and a single shutter speed of 1/120th of a second. So if you're shooting with this camera without the flash, you want to make sure that you're outside and there's a lot of nice bright sunlight or bright conditions. And of course, if you're shooting in sort of cloudy, overcast conditions, or if you're shooting inside, you better make sure you turn that flash on. Now in the specifications of the camera, the lens is listed as a 21mm focal length, so it's sort of fairly wide field of view with this camera. And of course, because it's half frame, the film is moving across half frame at a time, across like this, the back of the camera, and the viewfinder is in the portrait orientation. So that's pretty cool, very similar to a lot of other half frame cameras. And of course, this makes the images ideal for sharing on social media with that portrait orientation. So this is the user guide. It comes in a variety of different languages, as you'd expect from Lomography being a global company. Now, I wear glasses. Even with my glasses on, I found this almost impossible to read. I actually had to take a photo of it, blow it up on my iPhone so I could actually read the text. It is really, really small. Okay, let's take an in-depth look at my first roll of Classicolor 200 on the half-frame Lomography simple use reloadable camera. So the first shot here is actually one of my favorites on the roll. It was taken by my son. It's me, of course. I'm actually wearing the same shirt I'm wearing in this photo. And I've actually got the numbers 5'2" over my eyes. We were playing billiards, and yeah, I'm 52 this year, and I put 5'2" over my eyes there, and he took a photo there. There is a bit of frame burn there on the left-hand side, and there's also a bit of a light leak. I'll tell you about that near the end of this video, but I really love this photo. I think it looks super cool. And as you can see there, I've got one of the gels over the flash there on the camera. I think it was the red one. Might have been all three though, because they can sort of overlap, those little colored gels, and you get these cool sort of colors. The next one is my handsome son, and we got him to hold the 1 and 5 over his eyes because he's 15, and I've got the yellow gel across the flash there. Here he is here, just with the regular flash on, not using any colored gels in the billiards hall. And here is another image here. Now you can see here I'm shooting with the flash on, but he is set back probably, I don't know, maybe about 3 meters, 9 feet from where I'm taking the photo. And as you can see, the range of that flash isn't huge. So if you are shooting with the flash on, you want to get your subject nice up and close, 60 centimeters to 1.5 meters, 2 to 5 feet away from you. Don't get them too far away, otherwise, yeah, it'll turn out like this. Next up is my beautiful daughter. She was working at an event this night, and she's got this amazing vintage chic hat on. I can't tell you what designer it was. She's the fashion expert, not me, but she looks absolutely beautiful here. And look at that beautiful red tint to the flash as well. It looks fantastic. And here is another image here of her without any gels across the flash. She looks great. Next up, we've got an image of some of the bags and the fashion items at this event. And yeah, it didn't come out great. I think I was too far away again using the flash here. Next up is my beautiful wife with the blue flash gel. She looks great. And yeah, it's quite a bright flash, and it was pretty dark conditions, so I think it kind of stunned her a little bit here, but she looks beautiful as always. And next up, outside in the street, I was waiting for them to finish up. I took a selfie, and yeah, you can take selfies with this camera. It is very cool. Then I took an image of the girls here together, once with the red flash on, and then this next one here, I can't actually remember whether this was the blue gel over the flash or whether this was just the normal flash, I can't remember, but I think it looks great as well. I then went down to the supermarket to finish off the roll the next day. Some shopping carts here, an orange wall, some chilies and oranges here. This one looks a little bit dark. Maybe I wasn't quite close enough on this one, but it still looks fine. And then some image of some watermelons here in a big box. Out and about in my local neighborhood, I took a photo of this clown advertising a circus, and of course an old favorite. There's a few images here of the Grandview Hotel. There's one right across from the hotel here, and then a few close-ups there, which look really good actually, and then just one of the church around the corner from the Grandview Hotel. And then just at home before I went to the post office to send the film off, me in a monkey face head because I was sick of posing for photos, and another selfie here you can see here, and another one here with the orange gel on. So there you go, there's around 20 odd images from my first roll with the Lomography half frame, simple use, reloadable film camera. Now there's one thing I want to tell you about, there's two things I want to tell you about actually. So the first one is, you saw a lot of flash photos there, which turned out great. My framing and a couple of shots wasn't great, but generally they turned out pretty well. But take a look in Lightroom here, look at all of the missed shots with this camera. I kept forgetting that you have to press the flash button each time you want the flash to go off. I am used to Lomography's other cameras like the fisheye where there's an on and off switch for the flash. So I messed up image after image, and every time I did a Homer Simpson style "dow" kind of thing because I kept forgetting. So if you use this camera and you're using it indoors at a party, remember every time you wind it on, you then have to press that flash button again. There's a little LED on top there which says to you that the flash is ready. Make sure you keep doing that, otherwise you're going to end up like me with 5 or 6 images on the roll that are massively underexposed because the flash didn't fire. Now the other thing I want to tell you about is when you get to the end of the roll. Now there is a film counter on top there. I find it very hard to read, so I couldn't actually read it very well. Again, even with my glasses on, even like taking a photo with my phone, I found it quite hard to read. When you can't advance the film advance anymore, that is pretty much when you're finished your roll. And so all you need to do then is rewind the film using this button here. There's an arrow on there so you know which way to do it. Some cameras have a little button you've got to press in to do that. This doesn't. You just simply rewind the film the correct way shown by the arrow there. Now the only thing with that is I felt like I was rewinding the film forever with this camera. It was only 40 images, 40 half frame images, which is 20 full frames. I was rewinding for ages and I felt like this is not rewound yet. Why isn't this rewound? And I did it so long that I actually thought it's got to be rewound by now. I opened up the back of the camera and the leader was out probably 3 or 4 frames, and I actually lost a couple of images from the billiards hall at the start. Luckily they were only of the balls on the table, so there wasn't anything majorly important on there. But that is why that very first image of me has a bit of a light leak. It's because Doofus here opened up the film camera before the film was properly rewound all the way into the canister. So it just goes to show, even if you've been shooting film like me for over 30 years, you can still make mistakes. Don't feel bad about them. You just got to learn from them and move on. Once you finish the roll that comes with the camera, you can of course load up a fresh roll of film for more half frame adventures. Now if you need any help on how to load a new roll into the camera, check out this video on Lomography's YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the video description. One other feature of the camera which I want to talk about is the fact that the camera body itself is made from 100% recycled materials, which I think is really important. A lot of these sort of beginner or budget cameras that come onto the market, they do attract a little bit of criticism from people saying that, it's just more plastic in the world, it's more junk, more landfill, more waste. But Lomography have a real commitment to the environment here. They are making these cameras out of recycled materials. So I think that's fantastic and it's certainly worth highlighting. So there you go. What did you think of the photos that I took with Lomography's half frame, simple use, reloadable, 100% recycled film camera? I would love to know. Please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below. And I'll see you next time. Cheerio. Bye bye.